After Kaspa's price rallied from 3 cents to 14 cents, people are now wondering if it's time for this thing to finally slow down, if the rally is dead, if the hype is dead, and if the fun is all over. And so in today's video, I want to give you a quick update on what I'm seeing from Kaspa, and if I do believe that everything and all the fun and hype and excitement is finally starting to die down. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into today's video. So as many of you know, Kaspa's price has been sitting within this ascending structure for pretty much its entire lifetime, right? I mean, obviously there was that first initial pump on day one, but since then we have pretty consistently been revolving within this ascending structure. Now, with that in mind, obviously that is something that we immediately need to take note of, is the fact that we are now outside of that structure, similarly to what we were back in early April of 2023. Now, in these moments where we start to see a crypto breaking out of an ascending structure, the reality is that that breakout doesn't usually last. Sometimes it does, right? I'm not going to say it never does. Sometimes it does, and we will just flat out see this thing go absolutely parabolic. And if obviously we're in the beginning of a bull run, and maybe if we start to see Bitcoin just flying towards 50, 60K and then altcoin season starts, that is a possibility, right? But generally speaking, that's not how this goes. And generally speaking, we will see Kaspa's price, or just any crypto in general's price, fall back within that ascending structure, eventually breaking to the downside, establishing some support, and then leaving this, this ascending structure in the past, right? We even saw this back here. Okay, we saw Kaspa's price going absolutely parabolic, going from these 0.005 lows all the way up until these near 5-cent highs, and about 8 to 10x that happened here. But the moment that we got outside of this channel, we started to just struggle. We started to see the slowdown. You can see here what happened on that daily chart prime oscillator. We got that last drive of overbought. We got this last drive of bearish divergence. We started to see this thing flip red, and then obviously that did coincide with Kaspa's price getting a nice pull to the downside, which from bottom to top was upwards of 70%. And now where we are right now is in a very similar position, not the same, but similar. You can see here we came outside of this channel here. Boom, as we did that, we started to slow down. We got these overbought readings, blue peak finders, bearish divergence, and the twist to the red, right? And so the reality here is that there is a likelihood, or a possibility at least, that Kaspa's price does fall back within this ascending channel, and then who knows, maybe find some support and look to continue upwards. But obviously that's not a guarantee. It's just something that we need to pay attention to. Now, the question you may have is, why isn't it a guarantee, right? It seems pretty likely. Obviously, all the signs are pointing towards that happening. Why isn't it a guarantee yet? And the reason it's not a guarantee yet is because you have to respect key levels of resistance and how much liquidity they provide. What you can see here is that the top side of this channel has served as key resistance for over a year and a half now, right? And so whenever you do break above a key level like that, the likelihood is that resistance is going to flip into some sort of support. It is going to provide some type of liquidity to try to push the price of Kaspa up, just like we saw right here, right? When we came down to this line, we did get this bounce back to the upside. And the fact that Kaspa's price is consistently sitting on top of this level does say that there is a chance that it does use this as support and make one more hoorah back to the upside. Who knows, maybe even going up towards 20 cents if market conditions allow. And so because there is a possibility here, and because of the fact that we are opening up a door of room here on the daily chart prime oscillator to get one move to the upside, you can't really go and say that this is a guarantee that we're going to capitulate to the downside until we lose key support here. And so the easiest way to go about this, because we are in a bit of a 50-50 scenario in between resistance and support, is to not do much. It's pretty easy, right? Don't do much right now. Don't make any impulsive decisions because you don't need to. What you can do is you just go ahead and draw out some of your trend lines. Boom. We know this is key resistance on this little short-term move, and we know that this is key support. Look, key support here, currently sitting right around, let's call it 12 cents. Boom. And key resistance sitting right above us, currently sitting right around 13.7 cents, right? And the level that we clear first, at least in my opinion, the level that we clear first is going to be a major indicator of where we're going. If we see this thing break to the upside, the likelihood is here we're going to have one more battle in which we clear this high around 14.5. Then we're probably off to the races, right? Probably off towards 19 to 20 cents to the upside here. But if that does not happen, and if we do lose some support, likelihood is here we're going to visit a most recent, key level of resistance, and that key level of resistance could be as low as 9 to 10 cents to the downside, which obviously could be a pullback of anywhere up to 19 to 27%. And so because we are in such a 50-50 right now, and we're such a standstill, no one can really confidently say whether the hype is dead or whether the hype is not dead. The only thing that we can really get an idea about is that in the short term, the hype is probably going to come to a close if we do lose this key level of support and start to pull back towards 10 cents on a 30 to 40% correction to the downside. That's normal. It's up 5-10x just over the last few months, right? But so the people who are saying the hype is dead, the hype is over, you can't really be all that confident just yet until we would see support lost here. And if for any reason, Kaspa's price does break above this key level of resistance and then clear that 14.5 level, yeah, that thing's going towards 19-20 cents probably, and you bet your butt the hype is going to come back in full effect, okay? So don't listen to anyone, in my opinion, saying that the hype is over or isn't over. We have to see what happens here. We have to see what happens at this interaction. And of course, I will update you as that does play out. So I will try to make sure that these updates are frequent, but we've really been in the same little area for 9 or 10 days. So I don't want to bore you talking about the same things, but as this breakout does happen, whether it be to the upside or whether to the downside, I will be one of the first ones to let you know. So make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.